The lights of downtown. And his thing.
Kevin, thanks.
Start. He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. So the next starting five. We've got Durant, Harden out there with Brown. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the center. And for Portland, Nurkic is out there with Anthony. Then there's Norman Powell. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Jones in at the 3 spot. Harden finds Brown. Back to Harden. Brown outside. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Harris from the arc. And the rebound by Nurkic. Pass to Lillard. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. A three-pointer is right on target.
You know, knocking down the 3 guys, that's one of the premier three-point gunners in the NBA, Joe Harris.
Lillard fires away from way outside, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Brown. Can't cash in from close range.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim, that's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
And here's Harden after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. Lobs it up for Jordan, and slam dunk by Jordan.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
Lillard the pass to Powell. Lillard against Harden. Lillard looking around. Top of the key. A fader. Nurkic kicks to Powell. Shoots over Brown. The shot by Powell, no good.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
Focus, intense focus. Durant has bundles of it. Once he catches the rock, the first thing on his mind is let it go.
Lillard the pass to Carmelo. Lets it go from the wing. That one a little long. The Nets with the lead. In transition, here come the Nets. KD finds Jordan. Looking for Harris. He gets it there. Harden has a wide open look. They get it again. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now here's Jones. Nurkic with it. Inside to halt the run, and the layup is good.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Here is Harden, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him. There's the pass to KD. Back to Harden. It's Durant on the wing. And it goes down 2 points.
Durant taking every last second there to get off his shot. This guy's got a flair for the dramatic at times.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing. And when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
And here is KD after Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. And now Portland on the break. Out to Anthony. Trailblazers moving the ball around. The shot by Powell, no good. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. Harden with room to shoot. Again, the Nets for 2.
And you know, Harden's a high percentage shooter from mid-range. If you don't close fast on him, he'll burn you.
Now Lillard He's got 9. It's stolen by Brown. Good if it goes. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nets out in front. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
They've got McCollum. Collins is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Simons in at the point guard. They're the group the Portland Trail Blazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Simons. Dinwiddie covering. Simons, the pass to Kanter. 5 on the clock. Throws it up high.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
And there's the feed to Griffin. The kick out to Irving. Dinwiddie passes to Griffin. And the rejection by Collins. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Now, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Here's Dinwiddie after Enes Kanter's basket, and it's in there.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Here's Simons. And here's McCollum for 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
I don't know if this field goal percentage is sustainable, but if they can stay close to what they've done in shooting the ball, they'll run away with this one.
Stolen by Kanter. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He kicks to Griffin. Back to Dinwiddie. The putback, and Griffin stays with it.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Kicks it out to McCollum. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Now here's McCollum. Over Irvin. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
This offense just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter. They're really cooking now, actually cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is.
Griffin against Collins. Claxton the pass to Dinwiddie. Kicks it to Irving. Elbow shot is on the way. He's off on that one, and the Trailblazers going the other way. After a promising rookie campaign, a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings, though, to the table.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
You know, Covington's ability to space the floor and his length at the defensive end is something every team is looking for. He is the prototypical 3-and-D player in my mind.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from James Harden. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Poke loose. Fires, high post. Shot is good off the back rim and in. McCollum's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers. Harden outside. 27 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Bangs home the trifecta.
Nice to see Harden continue to expand his range. He is an absolute laser from outside.
McCollum against Brown. Collins passes to Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And that's a pure hustle.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 9 points, and no doubt. Thanks for joining us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Nets. Harden out there with Brown. Then there's Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here is Harden. The Blazers getting the bucket. Releases. KD can't get it to go. Trailblazers leading by 7. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time, rising up for the dunk.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Goes up from the top of the key. Shot's good by Durant. Durant's got 7 points.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
And here is Powell. The shot by Lillard, wide open. And another 3 for Portland.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Harris looking it over. Durant with it. Now Anthony defending. It's a hand on it. And the rebound by Nurkic. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Feeds it to Nurkic. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Here's Harden. Harris kicks to Harden. Passes it to Jordan, and it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Harden against Lillard. Three-pointer. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from James Harden.
And, you know, Harden is super reliable from outside the arc. He's got that sweet lefty stroke, and it's a thing of beauty to watch.
Now here's Powell. Nurkic finds Lillard. Steps back and fires. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Harden, no good. Portland leading by 9. Reagan, New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Nurkic against Jordan. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Lillard against Harden. Out to Harris. There's the triple. Drills it from outside. Harris has got 6.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And, you know, Harden's exceptional at getting out on the break in transition. I mean, running exactly the right path and getting it done.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Powell. From deep. And the 3 ball is good. Powell's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Harden, no good. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Puts up a 3. Missed. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers holding on to an 8-point lead, heading. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Robert Covington out there with Collins. Then it's Ennis Cantor. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now here's Collins. And Cantor throws it down.
And that's just all muscle there. Cantor is solid at fighting his way through whatever the D throws at him.
Here's Irving. And he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got his first points of the game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
McCollum passes to Simons. Back to McCollum. Banked in off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 10.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Portland with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Potent with and without the ball. McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Outside Irving. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Simons surveying the D. McCollum kicks to Collins. Over Irving, and Portland again with the bucket.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Outside Irving. Offensive rebound, Nets. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. It's good from long range. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Now here's McCollum. He dishes it to Cantor. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. And it's McCollum in the corner. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Cantor. And he banks in the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 10. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
So for the Trailblazers, Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Zach Collins. Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. Now here's Jones. Just 5 on the clock. From downtown. Kicks it out to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Second shot opportunity. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. They get it back. Kicks it out to Jones. Pass to Lillard. From deep three-point range, here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Trailblazers.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And Brooklyn making a change here. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot, and it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Well, certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
Lillard with it, picked up by Harris. Lillard with it. Again, the miss by Lillard. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harris with the ball. Yep, it counts.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Now Lillard. Lillard again missing. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Off target with his three. Here's Lillard. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy. It's the NBA on 2. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverly. Baca is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Covington in at the 4-man position. Now here's Lillard. Jones kicks to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Yep, that one goes in there. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And Ibaka slams it in.
I'll tell you, for a veteran, Ibaka still gets sky high on these alley-oops.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard looking around. The feed to Nurkic. Yep, that one goes.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now, here's George. Down low. And Ibaka kicks to George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
A reliable jump shooter, Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Here's George, following the score by Damian Lillard. Anthony against Leonard. Ibaka right side. Nurkic with the steal. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Beverly.
Yeah, 3 for 4 now. I like the pace for them on offense.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
Here's George. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. And Jones pulls it down.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now here's Jones. Lillard from outside. They get it back.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
George looking over the floor. Ibaka outside. Beyond the arc. The shot's good on the assist by George. Ibaka's got 7. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Lillard dishes to Jones. And that one, good. Jones has got his 2nd basket of the game.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Leonard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Albert Covington picks one up.
The aggressive approach. Leonard pushing the action, rewarded with the foul call.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Cantor. Great positioning on the putback.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now here's Leonard. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And here's McCollum. 1 second left, and it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
And what I love, there was no panic.
And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Trailblazers lead by 3. Stay with us as we get set to break.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
They came in looking to attack from the get-go, willing to be physical and setting the tone.
Hollis Jefferson is out there with Collins. Then there's Norman Powell. Then there's McCollum. And it's Cantor in at the center, locking down the middle. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Jackson down low. He's guarded by McCollum. Zubac. And it's off the back rim. No good. Portland leading. To the paint. Powell. That's good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Back to Zubac. To the inside. Cousins. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Cousins has got his first points in this one. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Kennard against Powell. 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Cantor's got the lead up to 4 now for Portland.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. And it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Leonard attacking, thrown back. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. Six on the shot clock. Tries again. And the layup is up and in. And now a 6-point Trailblazer lead. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
McCollum passes to Cantor. Puts the move on. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Cantor's got 6.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Kennard. Portland grabs the miss. 1:30 left to play here in the half. Pass to Powell. Now here's McCollum. Shoots the 3. Again, McCollum missing.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Kicks it out to Collins. Lets it go with a 3. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Collins. 7 points in the game.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Jackson against McCollum. Stolen by Cantor. McCollum outside. Pass to Cantor. Outside Collins. Shot clock at 6. And the layup's good off the glass. And now it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Jackson passes to Leonard. They need this, and he sinks the layup.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
McCollum deciding where to go with it over Jackson, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The period came to a close with them holding. That's all for now.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
You know, you almost take it for granted. You look at his numbers from the first half, they're just expected at this point.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's Ibaka, and it's man in at the 3 spot.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
George finds Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Nurkic with the block. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Clippers ball. Lillard against Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rebound by Nurkic.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Nobody near Lillard. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Morris into the lane. Can't hit from in close.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Lillard again missing.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverly. That's a terrific pass.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season and still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Lillard with it.
That was the first make of the half. 1 for 4 now. Let's see if that gets them going.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Outside, George lays it up off the glass. George has got 7 points.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard outside to the middle. Here's Nurkic. The Clippers grab the miss. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. That shot missing, and it's Portland the other way, and it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Powell, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Trailblazers leading by 3. 1:49 left to play in the 3rd. Lillard against Beverly. From deep. Lillard misses.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Man gets the bucket.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They've shown a lot of heart, a lot of fight, and they're close to taking the lead.
Pass to Pop. Lillard. He kicks it to Powell. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Powell's got his second bucket.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Here's Beverly, and he lays it straight in.
Patrick Beverly likes to play aggressive, plays at a high pace. Nice finish off contact.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And another three from Portland.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Clippers trail by 5. Outside, George. To the inside. Here's Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Powell, the pass to Anthony. Kicks it out to Covington. Back to Anthony. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
.12 seconds left in the third. Kennard on the wing. Again, the Clippers.
When Kennard is that set up, he almost can't miss. Such a skilled shooter.
And McCollum puts up a deep 3, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Collins is out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then there's McCollum. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Cantor in its center. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Portland.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. And Batum kicks to Zubac. Over Collins. It's Jackson with the drive. And they get it back. Now Powell. The pass to McCollum. To the paint. Here's Collins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
First one falls for the Trailblazers. Jones checked in for Norman Powell, and Lillard subbed in for McCollum. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. 8-point game. Kicks to Leonard. Ball's knocked loose, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington comes in for Collins, and McCollum subbed in for Lillard. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Inside, it's stolen by Ibaka. Here's George. He feeds it to Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Cullen passes to Hollis-Jefferson. 4 on the shot clock. McCollum kicks to Hollis-Jefferson. And here's Covington from the arc. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Ibaka outside. Morris passes to George. Over Jones. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Serge Ibaka.
Something that's really evolved for Ibaka, the ability to absorb contact while maintaining control.
Pass to Jones. Down low. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. So for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Kansas. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And Lillard subbed in for McCollum. And the Clippers with a change here too. Batum's checked in.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Nurkic the pass to Jones. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. George with the bucket.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard outside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Proof positive that Lillard is working. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Beverly dishes to Batum. Back to Beverly. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Ibaka slams it in.
And that could be a big bucket right there. Ibaka doesn't shy away from taking crucial shots.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Nurkic. Outside, Jones. Clock at 6. Nobody near Nurkic. Good!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
George against Jones. Leonard on the wing. Pass to Beverly. And that one clearly a foul. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. To be honest, he was fired up. He asked his team, how badly do you want this? Because those guys over there, they're going to give it everything they've got, which means we have to do the same. See if they can match them emotion for emotion. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
This is where you want to run a play. Don't just walk it up and heave it. He's been there before, played in big moments of big games. Ibaka coming through in the clutch.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
George up top. From deep three-point range, he's off from 3. And so the big win by Portland in a tight. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight.
presentation of the NBA.
Coming up next, the Trail. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for DH. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Powell in at the shooting guard. Pulls up on the elbow. And the jumper is good. Powell's got the first basket of the game for Portland.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Now, here's Lillard. The feed to Powell. Good, nice job down low. Powell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's right on the money from Lillard. That's how you finish a possession.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. Giannis outside. There's the 3. Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Lillard, the pass to Covington. Kicks it out to Jones. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Open up the floodgates and let Giannis run through. What a joy to watch him in transition.
Lillard finds Powell. Back to Lillard. From deep. Buries the long-range jumper.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to DiVincenzo. Now here's Middleton. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Holiday against Lillard. Powell for 3. And another 3 for Portland.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Not a fast start for the Bucks. 8-point game. And here's Giannis from outside. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Kicks to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Nurkic against Howard. Charity stripe shot. That shot misses. The Bucks go the other way with it. The wide open look here for Lopez. Misses the 3. Lillard with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Holiday against Lillard. And the pass to Pop. Fires for 3. Here's Nurkic. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here we go. 1-on-1. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. And it's Giannis missing.
His shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Lillard fires away from way outside. Milwaukee with the rebound. Now Giannis trying to end the drought. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here is Lillard. It's good.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Holiday, no one around him. Off target from outside.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Nurkic the pass to Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. Jones, no one around him. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Bucks trail by 12. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lillard with it. He's got 5. The long distance three is buried. Lillard's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Trailblazers. Holiday with the 3. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
A nice three-point shot there. You just knew Holiday wanted to even the score.
And so it's Portland. And when asked to compare himself to LeBron James,
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. And here's McCollum. And Giannis Antetokounmpo made that last three-pointer. Here's Anthony, and Portland again with the bucket.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. No good from outside.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
To the inside. Anthony kicks to Cantor. Back to Anthony. Stolen by Holiday. Here's DiVincenzo. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
Offensive rebound. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Brook Lopez.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Such a big guy, Cantor, but also incredibly lean. At the NBA Combine, for instance, he tested out at 6% body fat, an extraordinarily low number for a man of his size.
Now here is Holiday. No good on the triple. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Cantor finds Collins. Simons surveying the D. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
And here are the Trailblazers now after the basket by Milwaukee. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Trailblazers moving the ball around. McCollum, no good. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Milwaukee. Trailing by 13. DiVincenzo kicks to Holiday. On the wing, Giannis. Oh, good with the triple.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And it's McCollum in the corner. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The shot by Anthony, no good. Bucks trail by 13. Here's Nora. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Simons. 58 seconds left here in the second. The shot's good from Cantor.
Well, this is the area where Cantor can really unleash his offensive arsenal. Difficult guy to defend inside.
Portis, the pass to Forbes. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Trailblazers leading by 13. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Offline with his 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Outside Anthony. Over Teague. Nice spin off the left rim and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone. And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And a wide open look for McCollum. That'll do it for the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to Portland. Came out ready to play, displaying the force of a tidal wave and
well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Bucks trail by 13. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. Now here's Powell. Passes to Nurkic. Nobody near Lillard. Connects from 3-point range. Lillard's got 11.
Yeah, I think the scouting report says you got to chase him off the 3-point line. Not a good job defensively there, but a great job by Lillard to knock it down.
Stolen by Tucker. Outside Portis. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Now, here's Lillard. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. To the paint. On the high post. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Nurkic has got his first 2 points. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. Nurkic with it. And Lillard kicks to Powell. Back to Lillard. From deep 3-point range, Holiday with the defensive effort. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. It's a 16-point game. The shot's good from Lopez.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Brook Lopez. Powell finds Nurkic. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Shot clock at 5. Shoots off the step back. Goes back up. Pass to Powell. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Middleton.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against.
Hard to get upset at the defense there. Antetokounmpo is no easy matchup down low in the paint.
And both free throws good for Giannis. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Now here's Powell. He's got 9. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one is on Holiday.
You could tell that Nurkic was looking to get the foul on that shot. And he got the job done.
Here's Giannis. He's got 7. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And the Bucks miss again.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Powell against DiVincenzo. Back to Powell. Lillard outside. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Trailblazers. And Antetokounmpo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Giannis has got 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Trailblazers leading by 15. Lillard dishes to Powell. Inside, here's Covington. Count that one.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
DiVincenzo against Powell. And that one is off. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating.
A little quickness from Antetokounmpo there, blows right past the D.
Portland's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Lillard finds Nurkic. And here is Powell. To the middle. Lopez with the steal. Here's Antetokounmpo. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Damian Lillard. The Bucks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
What improvement we saw during Giannis Antetokounmpo's first few years in the league. Went from raw to ridiculous in a hurry.
Now here's Nurkic. Powell, no one around him, and Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Here's Holiday. Makes it off the glass. Holiday's got his second basket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard scanning the floor. High post, Nurkic. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, and the Trailblazers another 3.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And he is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. And with his... And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got at the forward spots, it's the two Antetokounmpos, Thanasis and Giannis. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Nwora in at the point guard position. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
It's weird to say it, but the sheer length of Giannis can put the defense in a really bad position. So hard to defend without fouling.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Here's Simons. The dish to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Cantor, the pass to Carmelo. Cantor kicks to McCollum. True on the 14-footer.
Such a good player on the in-between game, weaving behind bodies to find some space, and CJ cashes in.
Trying to get open is Lopez. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Could come down to selection. Bad shots in the first half. Here in the second, using his head, finding some more efficient opportunities to score.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Wide open look. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And the Trailblazers lead by 15. Here's Giannis. And the layup falls. 21 points for Giannis.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
A three from McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And Antetokounmpo gets it to go.
I mean, just look at the box score right now. He's not only filling it up with these points, but in every facet of the game.
Here's Simons. Lays it up and banks it in.
If that play never gets old, the pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
He gets that one.
Lopez close up and gets it done.
Trailblazers leading by 11. Pass to McCollum. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores. Well, here's the problem. He's shooting the lights out, but they're still behind. They need another guy to step up.
Now here's McCollum. He's guarded closely. Here's Simons. Collins kicks to Cantor. Here's Simons. The Trailblazers rebound. Deep two from Anthony. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Giannis inside. He's against Cantor. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
How about Lopez inside, showing some smooth, fluid moves?
And both free throws good for Lopez. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth. Here's Simons. McCollum outside. This one for 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, the coach has confidence in CJ taking that shot, and so CJ has confidence in making it.
It's all about Antetokounmpo. Lets the 3 fly. Antetokounmpo, no good. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. They led by as many as 18 points.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Trailblazers.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Damian Lillard.
He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Just all the physical advantages that Giannis has really present a tough challenge for the defense down there.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Launches a three. Kicks it out to McCollum. The three. Rebound, Milwaukee. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Here's Giannis. Second chance shot. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And Giannis adding muscle to his frame for these types of situations. He'll keep getting bigger and stronger, but willing to take the hit.
Free throw good. Giannis. 16 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And they go to the intentional foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Free throw good. McCollum.
A lot of questions in the early part of C.J. McCollum's career about could he become a valuable scorer in the league and really what position would he play. But after being the 10th overall pick in 2013, he's answered those questions. That's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And he can't get the first one.
Zach Collins is aggressive and confident and waiting for his opportunity to show just how consistently good he can be in the NBA.
And that should be enough to get the job done, even though he didn't get all of them.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Guys, what do you think?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. They've got Jones, Damian Lillard out there with Powell. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Nets, we've got Durant, Brown out there with Harden. Then there's Harris, and it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Powell. Nurkic up top, Lillard outside. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. His speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Harden the pass to Brown. Back to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Now flying high and throwing it down
with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And drafted 42nd back in 2018 out of Miami, Bruce Brown has shown himself to be a rugged two-way guard.
Yeah, he's a second-round steal. GA, he competes at the defensive end of the floor, and the shooting numbers are trending in the right direction.
The shot missing. The Nets go the other way with it. KD, that's for two. Damian Lillard pulls it in. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And finished off by Nurkic.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Now here is Harris. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Brown. Can't connect from short range.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Lillard outside. Powell, the pass to Nurkic. Jones with the bounce pass. Here's Powell. And he gets the bucket.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Brown finds Harden. The tray. No good on the shot. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard fires away from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Back to Harden. Shot to stop the run. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Oh, even with contact, the defense isn't enough to slow Harden. I mean, just a guy who gets it done on his drives to the rack.
Lillard against Harden. Powell, the pass to Jones. Covington in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. That's a 2 from Powell. And Portland again with the bucket. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. How about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man, and that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. And so it's Brooklyn with it. The Blazers getting the bucket. Passes it to Durant. For the 3. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
This is where Durant feasts. I mean, he can let it fly, and he has confidence.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Jones kicks to Lillard. Back to Jones.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one drops. A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Simons, the pass to Cantor. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Nets trail by 5. Dinwiddie finds Irving. Back to Dinwiddie. Outside Irving. Baseline try. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping.
I think in the past, anytime
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
Luwawu is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Claxton in at the 5. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now, here's Dinwiddie. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Irving. Lays it up off the glass.
One of the best point guards in the league. They're getting inside and finishing. Kyrie Irving. Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he can carve a role out on this team.
Here's Anthony. Back to McCollum. Over Irving. And Portland again with the bucket.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from that area.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that two-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in firing from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point, though.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers, leading by 5. Pass to McCollum.
Love to see him battling in there. Go get it, little fella.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Portland leading by 3. Now McCollum. Cantor inside. McCollum passes to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
You're dealing with a lot when you're guarding Cantor. Big frame, good moves, good feet, good finisher, and doesn't mind the physical battle.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line, so not exactly his best percentage.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pulls up on the wing. No good from Irving.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Here's McCollum. It's Collins with the drive. Cantor shoots from the block. 6 on the shot clock. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Go figure is right. Dinwiddie kicks to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
You can't give up a lane to the basket, especially to Griffin, who makes you pay every time you do that.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
McCollum against Irving. No one near him. And that one hits back iron. Trailblazers leading by 6. And a wide open look for McCollum. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. And it's 6 points for C.J. McCollum.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Irving passes to Luwawu. There's a minute left in the first half of basketball. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
He's a minute close to the rim. When Griffin gets the ball in the position he wants, you got to whack him.
The Nets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Irvin. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. Nurkic finds Lillard. There's 37 seconds left in the second quarter. Back to Nurkic. Griffin with the steal. Now here we go with Griffin. Nobody back there. Bucket is good. Griffin's got 6 here in this quarter.
And the quickness of Griffin is so impressive. When the break is on, he uses it to burn the defense.
Here is Lillard. He has 5. Down low and stolen by Jordan. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harden's got the ball. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And as soon as Harden puts the ball down on the floor, you know he's trying to take it all the way, and he's not afraid to get hit either.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Makes good on the step-back jumper. Lillard's got 7 points in the game.
Superb form.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their biggest advantage of the period was 7. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
On the floor for Portland, Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Jones in at the 3 spot.
And last season, we saw teams double and trap James Harden more than any other player in the league. As soon as he crossed half court, they did not want the ball in his hands.
Now here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Nets trail by 4. Harden outside. Dishes to KD. Good.
And all the trapping had to frustrate Harden. But whatever may come, he's going to make the right play.
Yeah, and he can, Jay, because he's not just a good passer. He's a great passer. He averaged over double-digits assists the year they played him at point guard. He makes you pay for sending help.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Nets. He kicks it to Durant. Fires top of the key. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Nurkic finds Covington. That shot, no good. Nice D from Durant. The shot's good.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
And don't sleep on Lillard's vertical. When he's going strong to the bucket, he's capable of throwdowns like these.
Brown outside. Now the pass to Jordan. Harden inside the 3-point line. And Jordan gets it to go. Jordan's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lillard outside. Nurkic against Jordan. Powell in the high post. Some solid defense from Brown. The Nets have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency for the lead. Durant down low. Working on Jones. They now take the lead. Durant's got the lead up to 2 now for Brooklyn.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
Pass to Powell. Jordan against Nurkic. Back to Powell. Now here's Jordan. 1:31 left in the third quarter. In the corner, Harden. Back to Brown. Kicks it to Harden. Good on the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Passes it to Covington. Back to Lillard. There's the dish to Nurkic. The feed now to Lillard. With the teardrop. Good work there as it goes. Lillard's got 15 points.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
It's Jordan on the wing. Harris outside. Pass to KD. Just 5 to shoot. Uncovered. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Back to Lillard. There's 14 seconds left here in the third quarter. Powell, the pass to Lillard. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. Six seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Irving. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
Love how hard Collins plays on this. He goes all out to stop whoever he's.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Nets lead by 2. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Griffin is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Simons. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. Dinwiddie with it. He dishes it to Irving. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Inside. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. And there it is for him. And the Nets lead by 5.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
McCollum kicks to Cantor. McCollum outside. The pass to Simons. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate, McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Now here's Irving. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And he makes that one. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
I love seeing that kind of unselfishness. Irving has proven to be a sensational teammate.
Here's Simons. Dinwiddie covering. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Dinwiddie with the steal. Here's Irving. Makes it off the glass. Now it's a 7-point Nets lead.
Out in the open court, Irving's just too quick, too shifty to contain.
Here's Simons. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. And it's Powell in for C.J. McCollum. Nets leading by 5. Dinwiddie dishes to Irving. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Dinwiddie, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Dinwiddie's got 4 this quarter.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
That one goes in.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now, here is Irving. 18 feet out. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Pass to Simons. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. And McCollum subbed in for Powell. Now here's Griffin. 6 to shoot. Unloads from 13. And another make to his scoring count. His 5th basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
Irving continues to bury big shot after big shot. He just has a knack for stepping up in crucial moments.
And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, even the slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders.
Oh, that was a stroke. The coach's challenge has been issued. A game like this, under the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Harden scanning the floor. And here's Portland.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Yeah, they're within reach now, but if they fail to execute, this could be it.
Here's Lillard. Can't cash in. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And that's an intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And it's clear that the Beard is a special player, a clutch performer. He loves to play the game of basketball. You got to just have a sense of calm at the line. He has it here, and he just put the game to bed.
You know, we talk about it all the time.
There it is, the Staples Center. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, we've got Ibaka, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum, and it's Mann in at the 3. Now, here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Nails the baby hook. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Outside, George. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
Outside, Covington. Lillard looking around. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
Anytime you get an opportunity to show off a little bit, you have to take it.
Now here's Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Trying to get open as Ibaka. Batum, good. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Here's McCollum. Can't hit from the elbow.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Pass to man. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You see Serge in the painted area, feels the defender, goes on the attack.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Now here's Lillard. McCollum outside. There's the feed to Covington, and it's blocked.
At the point guard position, Patrick Beverley is a great shot blocker.
Here's Mann. Batum trying to break loose. Mann gets the bucket.
How about the feel and the awareness he had there, finding his teammate behind the defense on the break.
Lillard against Beverley. Lillard attacking. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Clippers leading by 5. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Back to George. A 3-ball. Rebound by Nurkic.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's McCollum. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Now here's Beverley. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Lillard. It's a 5-point game. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
What strength from Lillard. Just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Now here's Beverley. Outside for George. Ibaka wide open. He fires. That 3 off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 3. Lillard way outside. Nurkic finds Lillard. Back to Nurkic. Shoots over Batum. And Covington stays with it.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
Outside, George. From deep. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here's McCollum. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clipper. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync
terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing with confidence.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Anthony out there with Collins. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the 1. To the inside. And here's Kanter. Leonard with the steal. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Drops in the tray. Kennard's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Clippers. And there's the pass to Collins.